America is in the midst of a very quiet death right now. When people think about losing a country, they think about invasion and conquest. And while we are being invaded, the death that I'm speaking of right now is death of any sort of opposition to the mainstream established ideology of America. Not only the death of oppositional ideologies, but also the death of inconvenient truth. Truth which the establishment would rather not be true or not have people hear. I myself banned across the internet, all types of Republican ideologues banned across the internet, and even Donald Trump himself banned across the internet. And the idea isn't just to remove someone's voice, but it is to make it so awful to be counter to the establishment that you are scared to do so. People like Lauren Winsky, who are being denied access to financial institutions and banks. People like Nick Fuentes, who are being placed on no-fly lists. The most recent people being denied a voice is the Maricopa County election audit. They released their results showing very questionable things about the 2020 presidential election, and like clockwork, the next week they're off Twitter. They have no voice anymore. And this is where we are. If a tree falls down in the forest and no one is there to hear it, does it make a sound? And for the people who aren't crazed about this stuff, who aren't on Gab, the answer is no. For every single Democrat and independent, they will never hear about this. It will not exist. It will not be reality. They will stay in their bubble and they will stay comfortable. Even for the majority of Republicans who just vote Republican and think about politics maybe once a week, it is not real. It's not reality. They've never heard about it. They will stay there in their comfortable little bubble and go on with life. They will continue to go to work every day and everything will be normal. And for anyone who tries to make these things known or espouses ideologies what the establishment has deemed unfit for society, they will have their lives ruined. The entire force of the government will come down upon them and make it so they cannot live in society any longer. And all of the sanctioned, good boy, controlled opposition Republicans like Charlie Kirk, they're going to continue to spit out books every single year, and they're going to continue to say nothing which challenges the establishment whatsoever. And to the average Republican, that is going to be the only conservatism which they know. That is the only resistance which they know, which is already controlled, which is acceptable, deemed acceptable by the establishment. There will be no resistance to tyranny because people will not know that it is tyranny. They will clap, they will cheer. It's a great thing. They're doing it for our safety. We just need to trust them more. This is the death America is experiencing right now, and we have not been able to mount any sort of significant defense against it. Hell, half of the conservatives out here don't even want to talk about it, maybe more. This death can only happen if people allow it to, and right now they are. And what's the saddest thing about it all is I think if they let it happen to them, then they kind of deserve what happens to them.